Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sydney and today I'm going to be doing a series that I really just need to get into. I have read a lot of the popular series, but there's also a huge amount that I have not gotten into. And these are ones that I have never started, not book one. I haven't touched any of them. There are also a ton of series that I've read either the first or second book and I just need to carry on with them. I'm not including anything like that. These are all ones that I'm starting from ground zero and I'm just gonna hopefully read sometime soon. The first one is a newer book and that is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I don't know how to say that, sorry. But I don't know if this is going to be a series, but I do know there is a second one and it is really, really intriguing to me, where it's about this girl who is basically in love with Jack the Ripper, I believe. And just kind of figuring out who Jack the Ripper is and all this kind of stuff. This is something that I've not really read before, anything with Jack the Ripper, but it does sound super duper intriguing. And then also Hunting Count Dracula, I think, is the next one. Something about Count Dracula is the second book, so I think that sounds amazing as well. So I really do want to get into this. Plus, look at how gorgeous this cover is. And Sasha over at A Book Utopia absolutely raved about this book. She adored it so much, so that really kind of built the hype up for me, and I really hope to get into this one. The next book series I'd like to talk about is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This, I believe, is either a sci-fi or dystopian kind of trilogy, but everybody adores this. I picked it up on a whim one day, but it does sound like it is going to be really interesting. It says, his wife taken, his people enslaved, driven by a longing for justice and the memory of lost love, Darrow will stop at nothing to bring down his enemies, even if he must become one of them to do so. For the first time, Red will rise. I think that is such an intriguing blurb, and when I read that at the bookstore, I instantly had to pick this up. I'm super excited to see where this one goes. There's two other ones. There's Golden Sun and Morning Star. Everybody really likes this, so I really just want to hop on the train with this one as well. Plus, it's been a while since I've read a good sci-fi dystopian kind of series, so hopefully this will be the one to sway me back to that side, because I really do miss reading good sci-fis. The next one is The Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This one has kind of a lot of mixed reviews about. I heard it's not really that original of a story, but it's still kind of good. I have the first two. I picked them up at a bookstore, a used bookstore, and they were super duper cheap, so I thought, why not? Plus, I love Victoria Aveyard's tweets. I'm very entertained by her, so I really want to give this a go. It sounds really interesting, and just the fact that there's the different bloods that are define who you are, it just sounds really interesting. And the end pages are absolutely beautiful, so I like a book that puts a lot into the artwork that is being the actual book, you know? So yeah, hopefully I can get into this sometime soon, because I really just need to put this on my completed series list. Next I have the Temeraire. I don't know how to say this, I'm sorry. The Temeraire series by Naomi Novik. This sounds so freaking cool. And also, I love this bind-up. It's a bind-up of the first three books, and it is in this really cool kind of style that goes all the way around it. I think it's super cool, and I'm really sad because I got this at a used bookstore as well, so I don't know how to get the next 6 books in the series in bind-ups like this. So if you know, please let me know, because these are stunning and I want all of my books to be like this. But the basis of it, I believe, is it is set during the Napoleonic War times kind of deal, but their air force is with dragons. With dragons! Come on, tell me something cooler than that. You know if you could use dragon to go into battle and do all these things, you would totally want a dragon. So this sounds amazing, and I've heard nothing but great things about it. Sam over at Thoughts on Tombs, why can't I remember how to say that right now? I'm so sorry. But she read the first one and I believe really liked it as well. I have read Uprooted by Naomi Novik, and I loved that so much. So I really, really want to get into her main series and see where this all goes, because dragons. Next, this is more about the author, I feel like, for me than it is this particular series. But this is The Warrior Heir by Cinda Williams-Chima. I know there's, like, what is the series called? I'm blanking. Like, The Shadowcasters or something like that. Can't remember what it's called. But Reagan over at Peru's Project absolutely adores Cinda Williams-Chima. And I really want to get into her books. This one, I don't honestly even really remember what this one's about. I'm really bad at this, but I know that people do love this. It is a fantasy, and I love fantasy, so I really want to give this a shot as well. This next book, I really have been dying to get into for so long. Please ignore the sticker on the corner, but that is The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. This is the Chaos Walking trilogy. I heard that they have picked this up into a movie. There's no release date or anything like that, I don't think. But I really want to get on this before the movie comes out. Jessie over at Jessie the Reader loves Patrick Ness, loves the series, so I really want to give it a chance. This is about a world where you can hear everybody's thoughts all the time. And then this guy's walking his dog, and one day he's in a spot and he realizes for the first time that he's in complete silence with just his own thoughts. So this is really rare, this is really weird, like that's something that shouldn't be happening, and I think it just kind of takes it from there. So I'm really curious to see something about that, because I think that's a really interesting premise, to be able to hear everybody's thoughts all the time. I personally would be very annoyed, plus I would feel very invaded, but I guess also if you were raised that way you wouldn't know that that's really weird. But yeah, so I'm really excited to get into this series. I currently own the first two, so hopefully sometime I could just sit down and plow through them. This next book always just makes me feel shameful to say that I have not read yet, and that is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I've heard nothing but great things for the Raven cycle. I really want to read it. It's on my list of things I need to read by the end of this year. I don't really know too much about it, to be honest. I know that it does kind of deal with a lot of like almost like magical realism, but it's also fantasy. But everybody adores the series. They do say it's hard to get into, but that once you do, it's really rewarding. And also, I want to read All the Crooked Saints when she comes out with that at the end of, I can't remember if that's by like the end of this year, like in the fall, or if it's not until like January. I think it's in the fall this year though. So yeah, I really want to start reading some Maggie Stiefvater and The Raven Boys. I just need to get on it. It's shameful. This needs to just be read already. And lastly, I think this is, for me personally, the most shameful of all, because I have been wanting to read this for so long, but the size of it I think has just kind of had me hesitant, and that is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. This is another one of Sasha's favorite books over at Booktopia. This is actually her favorite book of all time, but I really, really want to read this. It sounds so freaking good. I don't know what's wrong with me, but the cover is a beautiful blue and the content is amazing. It's about this woman who is transported back in time when she's in Scotland, and I don't even remember why, but she's transported into the war during the Highlands in 1743. So I think that is amazing. Scotland is a place that has always intrigued me and I find it very beautiful. So reading this would just, I feel like it's gonna be perfect. I just need to read it already, dang nabbit, and I know I'm gonna love it, so I don't know, but I'm coming for you, Outlander, I'm coming for you. Alright, so that is the series that I hope to get into / haven't read yet. I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!